Hi everyone, it's Jennifer and we're going to talk about conditional sentences in English. I gave you a couple of tasks to think about in the previous lesson. Let's go over the answers. First, I asked you this question. What time period is this sentence about? If I had my way, we would start school an hour later. I was lucky to have two helpers. They put their explanations in the comments. So let me share those before I share my own.
Raed wrote, the time period is present. Although the tense is past, we are talking about the present, now. And he gives another example. If I knew her name, I would tell you. And Claire explained that the question refers to a hypothetical situation in the present with an unlikely or impossible result.
I used the past tense, but I'm talking about the present. I'm imagining a situation to be different from reality. This is an imaginary or hypothetical statement. Do you know why I wrote that sentence? My son now attends the middle school, high school in our town. We have to get up at 6 a.m. so that he can catch his bus at 6:46 a.m. And let me tell you, it is really hard to get up when my alarm goes off at 5:45. So if I had my way, we'd start school an hour later. The reality is I'm not going to get my way. I don't have a choice and will continue to start the school day at the usual time. In this lesson, we'll focus on unreal conditionals about the present and future. To imagine a situation in the present or future, we can use an unreal conditional. Unreal conditionals about the present or future use the past tense in the if clause, the condition. And we use would plus the base verb in the result. If I had one wish, I'd wish for perfect health. I wouldn't worry so much if I had $1 million. Again, we can put the condition first or second. When the condition comes first, we use a comma to separate the two clauses. Also, people often like to use then when the result clause is second. If I could travel anywhere, then I'd take my family to Hawaii. I can use unreal conditionals for different purposes. First, I might be imagining something completely impossible. If I could be any animal, I'd be a bird. Second, I might be imagining something that's possible but very unlikely. For example, if all three of my brothers could visit me over the holidays, I'd be very happy. But sadly, this is very unlikely and hard to arrange because we're spread out all over the country. For either purpose, I use if plus the simple past in the condition and would plus the base verb in the result. I could also use the modal verbs could and might in the result. If I had more time, I could practice more on the piano. If someone offered me a good price, I might sell my old keyboard. Let's shift back to real conditionals for a moment. Do you remember the bonus task in the previous lesson? I asked you to complete this sentence. If I ever have the chance to, then... Let's take a look at some of your ideas.
Let's start with Francoise. If I ever have the chance to get an accordion, then I'll play klezmer music. I had to Google what that was, and I think that music is wonderful. I just found out because of your example. Very good. If I ever have the chance to play soccer, says Musab, then I'll be a famous player. I hope you get that chance. Mahmoud wrote, if I ever have the chance to visit Rome, then I'll be pleased to see the Colosseum. Next, Imano wrote, if I ever have the chance to be a president, I'll appoint Miss Jennifer as Minister of Higher Education. Well, thank you for thinking of me for that honor. And Myrna wrote, if I ever have the chance to meet you, Jennifer, then I'll be so happy. I'd be happy to meet you too. You're addressing me, so we'll put in commas and add a period. Dildor wrote, if I ever have the chance to ride a horse, then I'll do it. Zahid wrote, if I ever have a chance to meet Angelina Jolie, I'll propose to her. Again, it's okay. I think there's an argument for the indefinite article, but I prefer making it more specific. And Lucas is here with his example. He wrote, if I have the chance to go to Boston, then I'll surely make a visit to Jennifer and have a great time talking about the English language and seeing her many great talents, such as skating, playing the piano, doing the Filipino canto dance, and especially making brownies. I would make brownies for you, Lucas. If you'd like to see more of my corrections to student examples, then visit me on Facebook.
Thank you to everyone who posted an example. What you need to understand is that we use ever to emphasize how unlikely a possibility is. We can use ever with real or unreal conditionals. If I ever get to visit Hawaii, I'll try to see every island. If I ever won the lottery, I'd share the money with family members. You might also hear people use if and when together in the condition. They do this to emphasize that something is unlikely to happen, but we use if and when in real conditionals. If and when I make it to Hawaii, I'll take some dance lessons. There's another structure we use for imagining the impossible. Have you ever heard anyone say, if I were you? Of course, I can't take your place, so it's an imaginary statement. It's counterfactual. So I'm not you, but if I were, here's what I'd do. In unreal conditionals about the present or future, we use were for all subjects. We do this to imagine the situation to be different. If I were a queen, I'd use my power to do good things. What would you do if you were the leader of your country? Now that you know we can use were in unreal conditionals about the present and future, you'll understand how we can use the past progressive in the condition. If my grandmother were sitting here right now, she'd be amazed. She'd ask me, "Where are all your students?" We're almost done, so let's talk about your homework. Answer this question. What's the difference between these sentences? For your bonus task, please complete these sentences with your own ideas. I'd really appreciate it if you... Would you mind if I... That's all for now. I'll see you again soon for our next lesson on conditionals. Please remember to like this video and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching and happy studies.
Remember to join me on Twitter for vocabulary practice. I'm there Monday through Friday. And if you follow me on Facebook, you can try different language tasks throughout the week.